got some news today, and as you can probably see, I'm actually at home, so I'm going to do a little video at home just to give you some information about what's going on with Ceramic Fitch. It's quite exciting. So I'll start off. So back in January, after last year, I always like to take a little bit of a review of how that year went, how selling went, how I went, what happened in the studio, and just to see how can I grow, how can I develop in the next year. So from that, there was a few key points that came out of last year. The first one being is that I didn't make enough. Didn't make enough to sell at Christmas. So I needed to be better prepared for this year, make more, which meant having a bit of a bigger space because I was filled to capacity last year and I didn't have enough space. So that's point number one. Number two, myself, looking after myself. I was struggling. I had carpal tunnel where I was throwing so much, and also a lot of wedging for in preparation for the classes, all of the clay, and also wedging the clay ready for what I'm making myself for my own range. So I wanted a bit of support, so looked into that, and which means a bit of kit to help me wedge and prepare the clay so I'm not physically doing it myself and putting the pressure on my arms and my hands. So number two was I needed to invest in a bit of kit. Number three, there is opportunity for me to do bigger classes. I had lots of requests. Now currently I can take up to 4 students. I have 5 wheels and the 5th wheel is a teacher's wheel. But I had quite a lot of inquiries wanting to do groups of 5 or 6. So I definitely noticed an opportunity to do slightly larger classes. So to purchase 1 or 2 more wheels to be able to do that. That was opportunity number 3. And then just looking at my working environment, now obviously energy costs have gone up hugely, and having 2 electric kilns, that is my biggest outgoing. So, and that's never going to change. But also with the building that I'm in, Ceramic Fitch is in an old cowshed. It's not insulated, so I was putting in a lot of money into heat, obviously to heat the kilns, but then also a gas heater, a fan heater, all of that. So my bills, particularly in the colder months, were huge for electric. So again, that was something that really needed to address. Wanted to be kinder to the environment. I wanted to do more to try and bring those costs down a little bit if I could. And also the other one, the last one, kind of point number 5, is I was using my time. How was I using my time? So a lot of my time was taken up with the kind of technician and the studio management side of it. Glazing bottoms of students' work, glazing students' work, wedging clay, doing all of that. And I thought, well, actually, the best use of my time is the throwing for my own range, developing my own range, giving myself time and room to develop myself, and not just constantly pumping hours in. So I could do with a little bit of help in the studio that will relieve some of the lighter work from that perspective, so I can be more focused on Ceramic Fitch as a business and where I want to go. So with that in mind, and it was being January, I was doing my end of year accounts, and that all went okay. And thankfully I'd made a small profit, which was great, but it wasn't enough to kind of hit those points of development. So that's when I looked into what support I could get. And I applied for a Surrey County Council Rural Prosperity Grant because I fitted the criteria. One of the main points of that was farm diversification. Ceramic Fitch is on a farm, it's in an old cowshed. So looked through that and I applied for that grant for some help over those 4 things. Now that was during January and February. I had to wait kind of March and April for it to go to a panel to be assessed. And then at the end of April, I found out that I was successful. I was given the grant. Now, the grant is a 50-50 contribution. So I put 50% in, and the Surrey County Council Rural Prosperity Grant will match that with 50%. So that was amazing. So I could address these 5 points, which would help me grow, help Ceramic Fitch development. And the reason why I'm telling you this today is because it's taken quite a long while for things to start. And today is the first day. So today, what's happening down in the studio is the windows and doors are all being taken out and they are being replaced with fully insulated double glazing windows, which is amazing. No broken glass, no rusty metal frames. So the guys are down there now, they are ripping out the old windows, and that's going to happen over the next couple of days. So as I go through over the next 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to do little videos and show you, and I'll obviously show you later on when there's something to show you with the windows. At the moment, there's just big holes. So it's really exciting, and hopefully you can follow me over the next few weeks as I post little videos as how the studio develops. So as for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and then you'll have my next video, hopefully with some nice new windows to show you. Thanks.